Hello, this webinar is titled The Failure of the Church Means National Decline. We're going to take a look at two ministers' remarks from two different centuries. The first is John Winthrop of 1630 of the Pilgrim period. For we must consider that we shall be as a city upon a hill. He's referring to Matthew 5:14, you're the light of the world, a city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. The eyes of all people are upon us, so that if we shall deal falsely with our God in this work we have undertaken, and so cause him to withdraw his present help from us, we shall be made a story and a byword through the world. We shall open the mouths of the enemies to speak evil of the ways of God and all the professors for God's sake. We shall shame the faces of many of God's worthy servants, and cause their prayers to be turned into curses upon us, till we be consumed out of the good land whither we are going. Former presidents and others have appealed to this same imagery, realizing that God has providentially led this nation and has called us to be a steward of freedom and liberty upon the earth. Now moving forward almost 300 years, the Rev Francis J Grimke, in a speech on the equality and right of all citizens black and white alike, had these remarks. The secession of the southern states in 1860 was a small matter in comparison to the secession of the Union itself from the great principles enunciated in the Declaration of Independence, in the Golden Rule, in the Ten Commandments, and in the Sermon on the Mount. If the time ever comes when we shall go to pieces, it will be from inward corruption, from the disregard of right principles, from losing sight of the fact that righteousness exalteth a nation, but that sin is a reproach to any people. Unless we hold firmly to these great fundamental principles of righteousness, our union will be only a covenant with death and an agreement with hell. Powerful words. So we cannot deal falsely with our God. And note how this minister understood the importance and the integration of both the civic space and the biblical space when he named these four principles for things that we should not abandon as a nation. Might we as pastors in our pulpit and churches seek not to abandon these things either. This is Christian Civics Training. Thanks for listening.